We are sitting in with the legendary Coach Kelly here at Cherokee County once again. And Coach, last week you guys took on Perennial Power, the team with the second most wins in state history, Aniana, who's vastly improved from last year. I think their record shows that, and who they've beat and how they beat them so far up into your game. But take us back to last Friday night and how that game all transpired.
Well, I mean, it was homecoming for us, so, I guess you can be distracted. Your opponent's probably a little bit motivated coming in, being a homecoming. Sometimes the coaches don't have any control over that, but you can try to tell the kids whatever you want to, and I try to tell them, like, this is not the same Aniana team from a year ago. They really hadn't played. They only had one game coming in, so their guys are still relatively taking some of their first snaps of the year. But both lines of scrimmage, their O-line, D-line, they're really good. I mean, they got really good players up front. Quarterback had a big night for him the other night, which is Coach Phillips' son. He got hit a couple times too, and he's a tough nut. He stood in there, finished the game, and then their running back, who's a freshman, he's going to be special. I mean, we hit him a few times.
You said he looked like another Bothell.
Yeah. I mean, talking to Phil, I mean, he just, he's early in his career, but for it to be his second game against, us, I mean, he didn't back down at all. I think he had one touchdown. They didn't have a lot of rushing yards total, but they did some things in the passing game that usually we defend. But their guys made plays, got behind us, and we got to fix mistakes. We're to a certain degree, we're doing similar things week in, week out that, like, we sit here and we talk about it on film. We practice it throughout the week, but then we get to Fridays and it's like we're still doing the same things that eventually are going to get us beat. It got us hurt the other night, but at some point in the third quarter, our guys decided it was closing time, and took the game over. Defense didn't allow a touchdown in the second half. We did throw a pick six, but that was on us not doing our jobs. It wasn't on the quarterback. The pull and throw would have been there, should have been there, but we let a guy run right through unblocked, and especially when the quarterback's not looking, you take one on the chin when you're looking to the left. There's not a whole lot you can do.
Yeah.
So right now we're making defenses look really, really good by the mistakes that we're making. And anyway, we just got to clean up Cherokee County. I mean, it's same story every week. They've heard it before, but until they decide that they want to own up to it and fix it, we're going to continue to give up things and get to a point where, the guys really decide, all right, maybe we'll listen. Maybe we'll take control. Maybe we'll be accountable. So we flirt around with it every week. We just decided to flirt around with it a whole lot more Friday. And then when you face somebody good, like Aniana is, they're going to take advantage of your lack of whatever it is, focus, physicality. I told them that they're a physical bunch, and number 2 in the state of Alabama in tradition, and you've got them for your homecoming. So It's almost like you had a press conference and you started it right off the bat. And so they really didn't take ownership of it until Aniana took the lead in the third quarter, and you could tell our guys was like, wait a minute.
What's going on?
What is going on here?
That's right.
And so I thought, tasting the adversity and the back and forth, how they responded was the best thing about the other night. Because you want to know you got guys that are going to fight through it and figure it out, and they did the other night. And so it's hard to figure it out if you hadn't tasted it. So they got a little taste of it the other night, and just be 1-0 in region play after facing a good team. Everybody else will find out later on. This ain't the same Aniana that was there a year ago. Team culture is much better. They did a really good job of doing what they were coached to do, and our guys kind of, were just flat for a little bit, but early in the season still. So they got definitely chances to correct it before we get to the meat of the schedule.
Well, Coach, you turn right back around and play back in region play again with another perennial power statewide, I believe a top 20 team, tradition-wise, and wins in Etowah are 20 or 25. They're up there. I know that. Talk about Etowah. They're kind of a question mark. They've shown some good stuff, some bad stuff. What have you seen from them on film?
Well, from an offensive standpoint, they want to control the clock. They want to run football. That's what they are this year. They want to, control the clock and basically get formations to get you out of line and try to find a honey hole wherever the formation kind of takes them. It's kind of like one of those things where they kind of see how you line up, and then that's how they're going to. That creates a game plan of how they're going to attack you. Facing Coach Peavy, I know that if you show up misaligned, he can hurt you. We faced Harrelson when he was at Harrelson in a B-team game. And B-team games, a lot of times you really don't know so they get out there in the Ugly Eagle, and they run 3 plays and they're in the red zone, and we ain't lined up right yet, and everybody's bickering on the sideline. I was like, hey, you might want to call a timeout and get lined up, or we're about to be on kickoff return. And so
we won't have to worry about it.
So anyway, the biggest things are getting lined up, kind of recognizing what they're trying to do based off of the plays that they're running. Don't go to sleep on the bootleg and the passes, even though they're in. They're tight. The quickest thing that they can hit you with is you got everybody coming forward, not reading their keys, and they can go over the top. They still got some good athletes. And then they're scrappy up front. Like they've got some strong guys, some big guys that get after it, playing some guys both ways, which is probably why they want to control the clock, slow the tempo of the game down. But D-line does a good job of creating, I'd say, havoc in the backroom, in the backfield, just penetrating and forcing bad issues. It's hard to block your rules when you got a lot of stunts and slanting here and there, and we're expecting a dogfight.
Absolutely, because they're desperately need to win as well. Coach, we're a little short on time this week, but I'm going to kick it back to you. I always like to kick it back to the coach to find out anything program related. Final thoughts.
We'll be back on the road Friday.
Jim Glover Field.
Jim Glover Field. I've been over there once. It's really good stadium, really big, a lot of tradition. It's.
I've been knocked unconscious in that stadium.
I went to a football camp over there when I was like a junior, senior. I think it was Freddie's little youth camp, and I think we were the only high school kids there. We did a couple drills, and then Freddie was like, hey guys, if y'all just want to help work this stuff, you can.
Yeah, there we go.
It was like a bunch of 8-year-olds and then us, and so we were a little bit outmanned there. It'll be good. Hopefully our fans travel well. It's another region game. We need to, set ourselves up, be 2-0, because from here on out, the pecking order is kind of falling into place, and so we just need another opportunity to fix us, and hopefully we don't allow our opponents to kind of find themselves against us. And so just looking forward to getting back on Friday night.
Coach, appreciate you sitting in with us for another edition of Keeping Up with Cherokee County Athletics, and good luck to you guys Friday night traveling to Attala.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.